Most of the growers have good fruit, but the price isn't there. And so that makes it kind of hard to take.
Beautiful fruit with nowhere to go. That's the problem cherry farmers along Flathead Lake are facing after historic cherry crops in California and Washington.
There was more supply than there was demand.
Flathead Lake Cherry Growers Cooperative on Finley Point manages 80 orchards, roughly 500 acres of cherries. Board member Bruce Johnson says one of the biggest cherry crops on record in California ran 2 weeks later than normal, overlapping with Washington's crops, leading to a saturated market.
The states that produce cherries in front of us have pretty much flooded the market. And the buyers could determine the prices then. And so when it got down to us, the prices are still low.
Fluctuating prices were so low that cherry farmers would lose money picking their own crops.
Many of our pickers didn't even come over for a lot of the orchards because they knew that we couldn't withstand the price of paying the picking and then trying to ship it back over to Washington to process. And so we just had to either sell them ourselves through private market or sell them on the stand or U-pick, or just let them hang on the trees.
Joe Covington owns Covington Orchards, just over 4 acres of cherry trees in Yellow Bay. He says the return he will get back from selling privately on the highway is minuscule compared to what they bring into the co-op.
Usually we'll send about 18 ton of cherries off to market, and this year just over the cherry stand and U-pick, and we'll maybe sell a ton of it, maybe a ton and a half. So there's going to be a lot of cherries still sitting on the trees.
Munson Fruit Field Representative Brian Campbell says this year's crop was shaping up to be an above average year for the co-op.
The estimate's at over 2 million, maybe 2 to 2.5 million pounds, which would have been one of our better years that we've had for a while. And we're going to end up with about a tenth of that.
With only a short window to pick before cherries become overripe, Campbell says it's heartbreaking to see what's being left behind.
Told my wife coming back after looking at 8 orchards, I felt like I went to 8 funerals.
In 63 years of cherry farming, Covington says his family has never left this much fruit on their trees.
We've had to stop sometimes picking because of rain or because of hail, those types of things, but never ever because of the market value being so low.
In Polson, Sean Wells, NTN News.